Alright, hello. So, Aquaman pitch and casting. As always, we're going to get the pitch out of the way, then we're going to do the casting. Sorry about the noise outside, if you can hear that, it's raining. I know it sucks. This one might not be as long as the other two videos, but, sorry, let me clear my throat. But, this one's pretty good. I assume it would go somewhat like the Aquaman movie that we actually have, only I feel like it would open with like Aquaman in a bar drinking water instead of alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was a bad joke. That wasn't even a joke. That wasn't even funny. But no, he's just in a bar and he's meeting with Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne, he's heard of him and wants to talk to him about his powers. Because Bruce Wayne knows something's up and he needs to get a team together. But Aquaman's like no, and then leaves. Later on, he gets into a fight with his brother Orm, and they start battling for the throne, and a civil war breaks out in Atlantis. Meanwhile, Barry Allen and Donald Drake are investigating a crime scene somewhere there. It's unrelated, but they're doing that, and they meet Bruce Wayne, and eventually they see what's going on, except for Donald. Barry Allen tries to stop it, but gets knocked back and can't go in. Bruce Wayne sees this, and he takes Barry Allen, aka the Flash. Since he has a suit, he doesn't know it's Barry Allen. But he's Batman, so he probably already knows anyway. But, so he takes him to the Batcave. He's like, don't worry, I have these like snorkel things that we can go underwater and breathe. And he gives it to him, and they go underwater, and they end up helping Aquaman in the fight between them and, all that. It goes on for a while. It's pretty crazy. There's a cameo from Billy Batson, the little kid. And that's about what happens. They beat Orm. Aquaman takes the throne back. Orm is banished. Black Manta is set up in a post-credit scene. Bruce Wayne goes back to being Batman in Gotham, and Flash goes back to Central City with Donald Drake. As for the casting, okay, so we're gonna get the casting out of the way. Who did I cast for? Hold on. Okay, so the casting for Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, would be Jensen Ackles. Then the casting for Barry Allen, aka the Flash, would be Dylan O'Brien. We already got those out of the way. For Batman, it could be Keanu Reeves because I also mentioned that might be another casting for him for Batman. But I'm going with Jensen Ackles and Dylan O'Brien for the Flash and Batman. For Aquaman, aka Arthur Curry, going either Alexander Skarsgård or Leonardo DiCaprio. Probably not Leonardo DiCaprio because he's a bit old now and not as thin as he used to be. Like, that's not fat shaming. I mean, he's not fat, but like, Aquaman has to be like super buff. Actually, for Aquaman, yeah, either Alexander Skarsgård or there's not a lot of maybe like Chris Pine, but nah, he's already been in DC. Plus, he'd be better as like Hal Jordan. But no, yeah, we're gonna go with Alexander Skarsgård just because he's the only like that's a pretty common fan cast, but I suppose it would work. Next for Orm, aka Prince Orm, I'm gonna go with that's a tough one. Probably the guy that played him in the Aquaman movie. I don't think that's too like lazy to say he can play him because like yeah sure. The guy who played him in the Aquaman movie, the real Aquaman movie. For for Black Manta in the post-credit scene, I'm gonna go with Michael B. Jordan. For Billy Batson, the child, I'm gonna go with you see, I want to say Asher Angel, but he plays him in the movies, and I don't want to cast anybody in the like one of the main characters like as like they were in the movies. So I don't know any like child like teenage actors that look like Billy Batson. Well, I probably do. I'm probably just being lazy. Ah, crap. I don't know any. I don't know any. Hold on. Okie dokie, I found it. Walker Scobell. He's in the Adam Project and all that. He's playing Percy Jackson, I think. Um, yeah, child actor. He can do it. I'm sure he can. He's like 12, right? Yeah, that's how old Billy Batson needs to be. I thought Billy Batson was like 10, but no, he's like 20 in the movies. Um, as for like the side characters like Mara, she won't be a big part of it. Definitely not Amber Heard. Mara, I see a lot of people saying Amelia Clark. They want Amelia Clark to play Mara, and that might work. I don't know. I'm thinking of more like a natural redhead, but I don't know. Natural redheads can't get that like that certain tone of red that she has in the comics. I mean, they might be able to. I don't know. I might be wrong. That might be offensive or insensitive or something like that. Um, for Mara, yeah, sure, Amelia Clark. Why not? And so that's my casting and pitch for Aquaman. Uh, just Aquaman. That's what it's called. It wasn't that long, and it probably wasn't as good as my previous two. But don't worry, I spent a lot of time working on the next couple.